Hey guys, it's Darby. Welcome to the second week's episode of Surfside. This is for the week of June 23rd, and we have reviews of Tomb Raider, Contra, as well as a section on DLC, so let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to kick off the review portion of the show with my review of Tomb Raider.
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I'd finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure. But instead, adventure found me.
Hey guys, okay, so Tomb Raider is developed by Crystal Dynamics and published by Square Enix. So as you can imagine, this game is absolutely beautiful. The scenery in it and all the detail that is put into the game is absolutely breathtaking. Now the story focuses on Lara Croft, who in this version of the game is a young 20-something-year-old going out on her very first adventure. So it's kind of cool in that aspect because we get to really learn about everything that Lara is also learning about. The story focuses on Japanese mythology when Lara takes her crew to Javontai Island. Now I recently learned that Javontai Island was actually a real place. So there is some factual evidence supporting the mythos behind the story in Tomb Raider. Even the shaman queen Himiko in real life was actually a sun priestess. So it's nice to have some facts behind everything that they put into the game. Now the combat in Tomb Raider is very simple, but that's okay because it's just a basic survival game. The whole underlying theme is kill or be killed and survival of the fittest. So you get a lot of gun variety, but there's no like crazy button combos or anything that you need to worry about when you're actually engaged in a fight. There are a couple of quick time events, but nothing too major, so it doesn't really stray away from any of the combat. There are weapon modifications and upgrades which you will find throughout the game. You kind of have to hunt through either bodies that you find for ammo and other salvage equipment, or if you look around there are boxes and other things from previous inhabitants of the island that you can find and then modify your weapons. For me, after I modified my submachine rifle, it became my most powerful weapon and helped me out in a lot of tight places. So it's just a really fun aspect of the game when you get to actually upgrade everything so it's more durable or easier to fire or just generally better than your enemies. The whole survival aspect of the game is really cool as well because it's just very simple. Like there's not a lot of things that are really major or that you're going to get confused by in the game. Lara is only equipped with her basic survival skills, so when you're going through the game you're kind of learning everything as she is, and there's a lot of emotion tied into that as well because she's really worried about everything. And there's so much emotion focused on Lara that you also get worried. Like, I know I was controlling Lara, but I was worried when she was worried, like I might not make that jump or I might get discovered. It's just kind of like every moment is a hold your breath exhilaration event. And the only thing that I really didn't like about the whole survival aspect is they introduced hunting and foraging for food in like the first 20 minutes of the game, and then it was never brought up again. It would have been cool to see it used as kind of a thing to replenish your energy because food is obviously seen as a form of health. But then they just got rid of it, so I don't even see why they introduced it in the first place. The scenery is incredible. Like, just make sure and take a step back and kind of view everything over the game as you're playing it. There's a lot of exploration, obviously. Detail and everything is a very big part of it. And there's a lot of side quests for you to do. There's things that you can go through and find, secrets about the island, letters from previous shipwreck crews that are no longer with us. But there's just a lot of really cool aspects to this game that really bring out the mystery about the island. And another thing that is really important is raiding tombs, of course. It's an optional thing, you don't actually have to go through and find every single tomb, but it's a nice touch to the game because obviously it is a Tomb Raider game. They're really well designed. It's kind of like gives you an Indiana Jones kind of feel. There's some puzzling aspects in the tombs, but nothing too major. Like, it's not too challenging and it's not too easy, so you feel kind of smart every single time you make it through one. Overall, this game was absolutely amazing and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it before. you should really go and pick it up just for the story. It's incredible and laced with all kinds of intricacies, and the only things that really bothered me were, as I said, survival aspects and some points about the NPCs. But other than the minor discrepancies, the game is absolutely wonderful to play. I give this game a 9 out of 10.
Hey guys, Javontai here with DLC of the week. This week's DLC is for Borderlands 2. Tiny Tina is a Soul of the Dragon Keep, maybe one of the funnest DLCs I've ever played. Right off the bat, you get back to the destructiveness of Borderlands series. It's basically buzz the bunkers and being a badass. This 10-year-old really knows how to kick some ass. If you're a fan of destructiveness and downright mayhem, I say go out and download the DLC. If you're not a fan of or familiar with the Borderlands series, I say buy the game and download this DLC immediately. Some of the funnest gameplay I've ever had. Thanks guys.
Hey, this is The Crypt. Today I'll be reviewing Contra, published and developed by Konami. Now, Contra is a 2D shooter with some light platforming elements in it. It focuses around 2 or 1 guys, depending on if you play 2 or 1 players, raiding a base that turns out is taken over by aliens. I don't know why that's happening, but got a lot of fun gameplay. Now, Contra was one of the first games to popularize shooting in 8 directions in 2D, something that really wasn't allowed back then. You usually only shot forward, back, up, or down, and even then, up and down was kind of iffy. Now, this gives you a lot of direction to shoot your enemies at, and that's good because they come from all angles. Contra also has a vast inventory system. Well, I guess I shouldn't say inventory. I guess it's an upgrade system. It's really nice. You pick up 1 weapon you need, and that's it, really. I mean, you're only going to pick up the spread gun. It was the best gun in the game. So you traverse through a few levels, and they're really difficult, actually. I mean, you can get through the first 2, 3, maybe even 4 without getting shot. But you only have 3 lives, and you lose them all, you start back from the beginning. Very difficult. So I recommend playing co-op. The 2 of you going in, it's very destructive, very fun. Always keeps you on the edge because you just know that getting touched, automatic death. If you're not fortunate enough to have a partner with you, then you can use the patented Konami code. Up, down, left, right, B, I start. Anyway, as I said, it's really fun. It's also downloadable on a lot of different consoles, but honestly only play it if you can use the controlled pad, the directional pad. It's really awkward to use it on a stick. Anyway, overall, I give this game a 9 out of 10. It's really fun, very challenging, and it's a blast to play with a friend.
Hey guys, welcome back. This week we're going to be reviewing a PC game, Diablo III. Diablo III was a long-awaited kind of the re-franchising of from Diablo 2, but the sequel and such. Diablo 3 starts off as a Dark Ruler is returning from a far-off land. It's about 80 years, supposed to be set from Diablo 2, and it gives you 5 new character types: a Witch Hunter, Barbarian, Monk, Witch Doctor, and a Wizard. Of the 5 characters, I can't say they're evenly balanced. Heavily favored on the Witch Hunter, Monk, and Barbarian. The Witch Doctor and the Wizard kind of fall short, but still all 5 character types are really fun to play as. Also, what's really great about the game is a relaunch on the next-gen consoles for PS4 and Xbox One, so a lot of you fans who haven't played on the PC get a chance to play it on the next-gen console. Back to the game. The game starts off and you're fighting this darkness. The Dark Ruler is coming back from about over 200 years of slumber, and you're thrust right into the story as you choose your character and your own journey begins. It's classic click and scroll dungeon type gameplay, a few brawler aspects thrown in. I do recommend the game for players who've never played a PC game. This is a great jumping off point. It's free to play, so you get something, a little bit of everything. Honestly, I rate the game 8 out of 10 for me being a PC game lover. If you're new to the game, I say you recommend you jump right in and play with any character type you want. Maybe if you enjoy, you're going to love the game, buy it on next-gen consoles. Honestly, Diablo 3 is one of my favorite PC games, and I'm glad that the franchise came back after more than 10 years of hiatus. And I can't wait to see what comes next from Blizzard. Thanks, guys.
Alright guys, that wraps up this week's episode. Next week we're going to be reviewing Bioshock Infinite, Mario Party 2, Marvel Heroes, as well as another DLC of the week. If you guys have any games that you would like us to review, go ahead and leave us some suggestions in the comments below. All our links to our respective blogs will be in the description box, so make sure and stay tuned for next week's episode. Thank you!